everybody, it's Christine, and I'm here with your mindful moment for the month of stress. Eek! And I was thinking, oh my goodness, there's so many things that we can do to help alleviate our stress or manage our stress. We talked about in our tips and tools this month some of the many ways like meditation. There are breath work practices that I highly recommend. But I thought for this, let's work on two little techniques. One is very, very quick, but it's very instant. And we mentioned this as well in our tips and tools. It's called the physiological sigh. It's also known as cyclic sighing, so kind of like circular, right? And as we said, it's kind of like a kill switch for stress. It's something that, some breath work practices you're going to have to take a long time. And, when you're at the height of your emotions and you're right in that moment of stress, it's really hard to just go, okay, I'm going to find a quiet corner, practice my visualization or my meditation or do some boxed breathing, right? Those are wonderful, but I use those more as a preventative stress, preventative measure or, something when I'm feeling a little bit more calm. But if I want something that's just really like to short circuit and activate that stressful response that I'm having, right? And I want to just kind of disconnect from it and instantly activate. This works by activating the neutral circuits and is specifically designed for calming us. So the physiological sigh is very simple. It's literally just 2 inhales and 1 exhale. Now, Dr. Huberman, I believe I'm pronouncing that right, is the expert on this. So you can look up all his stuff on YouTube. And he talks about how it's actually not that important if you're inhaling through the nose and exhaling through the mouth, but that is typically the way that it's done. Some people prefer to do both breaths in and out through the nose, but for this, we will do it in through the nose and out through the mouth. So very, very simply, and again, this should only take maybe 1, 2, or at max 3 cycles of breath to find that sort of instant snap of calm that we need for our body, right? For that stress response. So you're going to make sure you take 2 inhales and then 1 long exhale. Usually the second inhale is much shorter. We've got most of the air coming in on that first inhale, but it's important that that second inhale gets in there. Oh, there's my cat. He loves it when I'm doing this breath work. All right, so we're going to close your eyes. We won't focus on socks. I might even turn my camera so he's not distracting. Bless him. Okay, so we're going to take a nice deep breath in like this. Again, 2 inhales through the nose, 1 long exhale through the mouth. The second inhale is probably going to be much shorter. Let's do that again. Let's do 3 cycles in total, but again, 1 to 2 is usually enough. Let's try it. Here we go. One more time for good measure. Now, anytime that I'm practicing breath work, and I always recommend if you feel dizzy at all because you are getting the extra oxygen going to the brain, close your eyes. You can do this closing your eyes. You can put your hands on your lap, and also tilting your head down sometimes just helps you get your equilibrium back, and you can just take that extra moment after those breaths to come back to your natural breath cycle, and so that the rhythm comes back to normal and that you're feeling more calm. You're coming back physically, mentally into the space that you're in, into the room. And again, with your hands on your lap, your eyes closed, your head tilted down or your chin dropped, it's a little bit easier to find that, equilibrium and balance again. So that is called the physiological sigh. And again, it's used just when you need it in that short burst of a moment to calm you down. Maybe you're just about to blow up at someone because that stress level has just gotten you, in your heightened moment, and that would be a perfect time to use it. And sometimes it will help you even stop maybe saying something that you maybe shouldn't be saying, before it's too late, or, one of those moments where you just quickly catch yourself before you're going to do something that you probably shouldn't if you had your right, full mind about you. But stress can do crazy things to us, right? So taking that moment for those extra little quick inhales, really, really important. Okay, so the second thing I thought I would walk you through is something that I've been reading about a little bit. It's called progressive muscle relaxation. And as you know, as we, tense our muscles, we can feel the tension and the stress and then releasing them. So this is kind of just a little guided relaxation through the muscles to help you feel the difference. And the main part of this is really feeling the difference between the tension and the relaxation. Both of these exercises are good for both the physical stress that we feel on our body and, of course, the mental stress. Don't forget, it's all related, right? And we've talked about this lots of times in other units as well. The body takes on the stress, right? And as it does, and we're, wondering how we're going to react or how we're going to, deal with things, our emotional and our mental health comes into play, right? And same thing, if we're, really stressed out at work, a lot of, stuff loaded on us emotionally or mentally or in a relationship, it starts to take a toll on our body as well, on our physical body. So that's often why we get sick or our immune system breaks down. So physical and mental or emotional here are very cyclical, and they really do affect each other. So let me walk you through the progressive muscle relaxation. And this tends to kind of help a little bit with our stress, the fight and flight tension that we talked about before. It's that fight and flight mode. What do we do, right? And our body holds on to that tension. So there are many different ways. I've studied lots of different ways of doing this. Some people start from the bottom, working their way up from like the feet up to the head. Other people like to start with the arms. Other people start from the head downwards. There's really no right or wrong way, whatever you feel is best. Maybe you might want to start with the spot where you're feeling the most tension and work on that, because it might take a little bit longer, or you might want to start there, do the rest of the body, and then come back to that area, knowing that area might need a little bit more work, right? And so you might have to work on it and stay on it a little longer. So I'm going to ask you and invite you to close your eyes right now. And just trust me, I will walk you through it nice and gently. We are going to start with the feet for this exercise and the lower body and work our way up. And as we come into the head, just for the sake of this exercise and time, we're going to do the whole head and face together. I have gone through practices where they break down each of those parts. So you're literally doing your nose separately from your forehead, from your jaw, from your everything. So for this exercise, we'll do it all together, but feel free if you want to break down the body into smaller parts like that, and just really focus on releasing the stress, then that's absolutely fine. And it could be maybe the perfect practice for you. All right, so again, inviting you to close your eyes, just focus in on the breath as always. And let's take a gentle breath in together. As you start focusing inward on the breath, both the inhale and the exhale, I want you to just take focus of your body. We do an observational look through, if you will, with your third eye, just looking through the body and noticing where the tension is and where it's lying right now. And we are going to intentionally be releasing that. But even when we don't notice it in certain areas, let's walk through and see how it feels to notice the difference between the state of tension and relaxation. And this is really good to release our stress. So I'd like you to take a nice deep breath in. And as you do, I want you to tighten your left foot. Really, really nice and tight. And you're going to squeeze, squeeze, squeeze as the breath is in. I want you to feel how it feels stressed and tense. You're absolutely paying attention. You're not drifting off. You're noticing how it feels. And with a deep, relaxing exhale, I want you to let go of it. Just let all of the tension release from that foot. And I want you to just notice the difference of how it felt when it was really tense, and then now how it feels now that it's been released. Let's do the same thing on the right foot. Again, we're going to squeeze in the toes, squeeze the foot. You're kind of rounding it, almost like you're arching the foot. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze as the breath comes in. Notice how it feels in the tense state. And as you exhale, release that. And a nice deep breath in and out now. And again, I'm going to go at a little bit perhaps more rapid pace than you might do on your own for the sake of time here, but you are more than welcome to pause the video and stay in a certain spot if you want to continue working in that area. We're going to move up to the legs. Let's tighten the legs together. So at this time, both the right and left leg, we're going to squeeze the calf. As we inhale, squeeze and tighten the thighs. Squeeze those thighs as tight as you can. Make sure everything is really, really tight. And you're holding it in with the breath. Notice how it feels tense, squeezed in, contracted, and release. And as you do, let everything just go. Allow your legs to feel like jelly and just relax those muscles. Just let it go. Take another deep breath in and out, and as you do, become aware of the difference between when you were in that state of tension and how it feels now that they are relaxed. We're going to move into the hand. So now your left hand, I'd like you to imagine yourself squeezing a lemon. So grab hold of it, squeeze it as hard as you can, get as much tension in the hand and the lower left arm as you can. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze as you take that deep breath in, hold, notice the tension, feel it, and then release. Breathing out, exhale. Feel the transition from the tight muscles into the relaxed and released muscles. Let's go into the left arm now. So we're going to maybe lift up the arm, make a fist, and now we're flexing the whole bicep. Everything in the arm is squeezing really, really tight. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze as you breathe in. Hold it. Notice how it feels. And exhale, relax, relax. Let the arm melt down. Let it feel like jello, just kind of loose and relaxed beside your body. Another nice deep breath in and out as you go into the state of awareness of the difference between the tension and the relaxation. Moving over to the right side of the body, let's start with that hand again, grabbing that lemon and squeezing it. You want to make some juice here. Squeeze really, really tight. It's going to be the right hand and the wrist and the lower right arm as you squeeze with that breath in. Hold it, feel the tension, hold. And now release. Breathing out, let it go. Let your hand relax. Feel the tingling sensation as it goes into that beautiful state of relaxation. Nice big deep breath in and out. We're going to go up into the right arm. So bending the right arm, clenching that fist, holding that arm, show those biceps, right? Tighten it. Squeeze, 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 squeezing in the arm, squeezing the biceps. So everything is nice and tight, holding it in, nice and tense, tense. And release with the breath. Relax, allow it to go floppy and loose. Just feel all of that tension draining right out. We're going to go into our stomach right now. Now, we hold a lot of tension in that stomach, right? It's our gut reaction. So a lot of times things that are coming at us, a lot of stress hits us hard in the stomach. So I want you to squeeze your stomach, suck in all of those muscles. Imagine maybe somebody's just put a bowling ball in your stomach or punched you in the gut and you're just squeezing it in. Breathe in, squeeze, squeeze everything really, really tight. Breathe it in. And now just release. Let it go. Feel everything just expanding with that release, right? Just let it go. Focusing on the comparison again, the difference between the tension and the relaxation. Taking a nice deep breath in and out. Let's move up into our shoulder area. We hold a lot of tension in our shoulder and our backs. So we're going to squeeze and bring both shoulders up to our ears, squeezing, clutching, squeeze, squeeze, squeeze as you breathe in, holding, feel the tension, and release. Just let them fall, let them drop. You can physically imagine it sort of melting off like candle wax, just dripping down and feeling that tension just slide off your shoulders and everything melting away. Take a nice deep breath in and out, noticing the difference between when you held them up tense and when they are now relaxed. And now finally, we're going to move up into the face. Now, as I mentioned, you can break down the face into many different ways. For today's exercise, we're going to do it all at once. So we're going to squeeze really tight. We're going to squeeze our face in as we breathe. We're going to wrinkle our nose, squeeze our eyes shut, wrinkle our forehead, clench the jaw, bite down on the teeth, feel your lips piercing together. Everything is really, really tight. Hold. Keep holding. Feel the tension. Now release. Let your jaw drop open. Feel your cheeks just sort of melting down. Feel your eyes just kind of drooping down. Everything that was just so tense, your forehead, all of those wrinkles are just melting away. Just focus inward for a moment. Nice deep breath in and out. Again, focus is on the difference between the feeling of tension and the feeling of relaxation. Beautiful. Now, for one final step, some people practice this, some don't. I'd like you to just imagine your whole body. And we can clench the whole body at one time as we take a nice deep breath in. Everything you can think of, squeeze it as tight as possible. Squeeze, squeeze, hold it in. Feel the contraction, feel the tension, and release. With the breath, exhale, let it go. Keep your eyes closed. I want you to feel right now light as air, like you are floating. So just imagine, go into your beautiful gift of imagination and just allow yourself to picture yourself floating. You can be floating in the air, you can be floating on water, whatever brings the most sense of relaxation for you. Finding your just natural rhythm of breath. And that beautiful imagination can also just imagine that any stress or tension you had has just melted away. It's just dripped off your body into a puddle, down into the earth, so you don't have to worry about it anymore. Mother Earth has got it right. She's taken that away from you, and you are just there floating, completely light as a feather, feeling like you are free as a bird, no tension. And just notice this beautiful state of relaxation, physically and mentally. You've literally taken the physical clenching and tightness of your body and tension, and you have allowed yourself to physically release it. You are now in a fully relaxed, beautiful state. Take another nice deep breath in and out. And at this point, I would welcome you, if you still felt tension in any part of the body or stress anywhere, to physically, again, hold that area in and keep releasing it until you feel like there is a difference in the state between the tension and the relaxation. So that is an exercise, again, exercise progressive muscle relaxation. You can take as long as you want with it. People can take, a full hour and go through every little finger, every little detail. It's a great way as well to help you fall asleep. that was a practice that I had a while back, actually, where you go through the different body parts and you release the tension and imagine them sort of just relaxing and falling asleep, if you will. So as you work your way up, your whole body is starting to go in that beautiful state of calm or sleep. So it's a great way if you're having trouble sleeping and if you have that monkey chatter and stress in the brain. But you can use this anytime. And it is a little bit longer of a practice, um, but it's something that if you do start practicing it, then it will become easier and your body will start to respond to it better. And they say often, like anything, the more you practice it, the better you get at it. And when you need it, it's there like a tool for you ready to use because you've already had that practice of using it. So I recommend practicing it not when you're in your most heightened state or, aggressive state of stress, but use this when you are actually feeling like, okay, I've got something either coming on or I've just kind of went through this and I'm going to start practicing it. So again, when you need it, you will be better at it. And again, our very first practice that we did today in our mindful moment was the physiological sigh and that double breath in with that long exhale. That is more for an immediate response. So that is when you are in your heightened moment of stress and you actually just need to calm yourself down before you do something crazy or unrational or you say something that you can't take back, right? So that is a great way to just instantly snap out of that stress. And the progressive muscle relaxation is more of a sort of a long goal practice. So I hope that these have been helpful for you. I hope you have a chance to practice them on your own. And I hope that, yeah, that you don't have that much stress to worry about. But if you do have it, that some of these tools will be really helpful for you. And from my heart to yours, thank you for joining me this month. I wish you the rest of the month to be as stress free as possible. Take care.